Hello, bud. Alright, I'm gonna put this in Discord. Where's the stream channel? There we go. Alrighty. Oh, hi, puppy. Do you want to say hi? Do you want to come here? Come here. Do you want to come up? Come up. Do you want to come up? Or are you going to sit down there? What do you want? I don't have an update on Cryptoblades. If you want that, check the announcements channel. I'm gonna move this. This angle is a little bit not too functional. Oh, that's even worse though. Move it that way. That'll probably be fine. Doing good, Jones. Doing good. How about you? Hey Lester. I haven't really been giving out any news. If you want news, the announcements channel on Discord is the main place to check. Alright, so what was I doing? Yes, okay. Alright. Oh, that's why I couldn't find my code this morning. I didn't push it. Do we still work on CB? Yep. So we hired something like 9 developers. About half of them are working on CB, half of them are working on CBK. I really got to figure out like a camera spot because no matter where I put it, it seems to be not really functional. Kind of getting annoying actually. This'll have to do. Ooh, woo. Am I on... I use Windows and Mac, actually. I would show you my MacBook, but it's downstairs. But I use Mac for... just on-the-go stuff. And Windows is my main machine, so that's when I'm sitting at my desk. So, to be super clear, Lester, we're working on both at the same time. We have enough people working on both. Hello, Levitate. New webcam. I've actually had this webcam for a while. I've been using it for about a month and a half. Do I think it's inevitable BSC won't work without partnership tokens? Problem... So, we don't control B&B's price, as you might have guessed. Hey, Gaylox. So, I don't know exactly what's going to work with B&B, but... they may have a solution for us, but we're kind of waiting for that. Killer. Yeah, everything's going great. Hey, Renpao. Yeah, I'm also really excited for CBK. We've been playing Tribal Wars. A group of us. I've been playing Tribal Wars to like pre-game for CBK, and it's just great. There is a new formula on testnet. I don't know if it'll address like the random things that sort out like the juicy hours and stuff. But I will see. We'll see. The new formula is coming soon. Gunner, yes, I have an M1 Mac. I just got it a while ago. I just got it, and honestly, the M1 is such a good Mac. I'm actually sad that they announced an M1 Max, because I totally, if I would have waited like 2 months, I would have got an M1 Max, but whatever. I waited 8 years. Thanks, Joseph. Yeah, I'm really happy with the M1 and how, like, it doesn't have that many issues at all with cooling. I've never noticed it overheating. I've never noticed, like, I guess the fans don't spin up, but I've never noticed, like, any problems. My WPM is, like, 100 or something. Alright, well now we get to do the copy, paste, and edit. My favorite part of everything. Hey, Ralph. Yeah, I didn't leak anything, Levitate. You leaked it, not me. Alright. Alright. What do maps have? They have a name. That's really it. They just have a name. There's not really any other important details. I guess like the number of story nodes is probably important. It could be row.nodes.length. What does the model say it is? Yeah, nodes.length. Oh, that's actually really surprising that you were able to play WoW on it on max setting. To be fair, the only gaming that I've done on my M1 so far was to play Fantasian, because Mac only, whatever. I haven't really tried anything else. So that's really cool. Thanks for the follow, Tessa. When will CBK have a stress test? Next year, sometime, probably. I don't know what you mean by that, Galox. Really? CSGO at 100 FPS? I should really try, like, actually doing games on it. I just haven't. I should really refactor all of this code, too. It's just dumb that I rename things and that's it. Hey, sir. Oh, that sucks. I hope you're doing okay. So speaking of COVID-related things, I've heard that their, what was it, Pfizer put out COVID pills that even if you if you get COVID, you still have this pill that like reduces the effects by like 87% or something, which is really cool. Yeah, Tessa, absolutely. I was not kidding. Work from home, the future. Yeah, work from home. I've been working from home for 8 years. 8 years-ish. Yeah, okay, that's cool that the pill... Hey, Kim. It's cool that the pill's been approved in the UK. I haven't kept too much track of, like, what's been approved in the US. I am selfishly upset that the FDA has still not approved the Libre Freestyle 2 sensors for the Android app in the US. So iOS has had a functional app for, like, months, and then the Android one just has taken the back seat. Which has been really frustrating for me because I have literally 24 of them, which is like 2 a month. So I have a year's supply of them sitting in my closet that I can't use. And it's really frustrating. But regarding the work from home question, I do think work from home is the future. Like, there is no reason that a lot of the jobs that exist can't be done from home. The boomers who want people's asses in their chairs are going to get a rude awakening sooner or later. I will ban you, Levitate. I will just ban you. It prevents you from dying, just a kid. Which is pretty cool. Alright. I could have just made this entirely copy-paste if I didn't have references to specific things. Oh, I don't have maps in the thing. Maps are kind of important, I suppose. So that'll add maps. So then I have maps. I need to add maps to the interface. What am I working on? So this is tools for my upcoming game that I'm producing called Magic Connect. These tools are to like ensure data integrity and make it really easy to edit stuff. So the game plays like Mega Man Battle Network. So the entire goal is for me to have a system that I can easily create everything related to this game. So just kind of working on that. And these tools have been my main focus for about a month now since I got the project greenlit. So yeah, that's what I've been working on. All right, you want to see me write some code without writing some code? Thank you, GitHub Copilot, for saving me the trouble of writing the boilerplate. I'm probably not going to stream Marbles for a long time, just a kid. I would rather leave that up to Levitate. And Gunnar, as you say, Angular is my preferred front, and that's what I'm working with right now. I find that everything else I don't like it is the easiest way to put it. Hey, NCH. English ETA would be sometime next year for a public beta. And by sometime next year, I mean, I don't know when next year, but sometime next year is the idea. Favorite game? Probably Beat Saber. I've been getting into Groove Coaster a lot lately too. If you want to see my keyboard, you can scroll down and check my panels. All of my specs are in my panels. Alright, so... I just want new map, thank you. Alright, add new map. Edit map. Just think, this could have been a generic component, because I literally don't change anything else with it. Could have been a generic component. If I could stream Xenoblade Chronicles music. I wonder how that works. Levitate, if you're still here, could I stream like a game soundtrack? Because I would really like to listen to the Xenoblade... Oh, hell yeah. Alright. Where is the Xenoblade Chronicles OST full play? Alright, there's 8 hours of this, so I think we'll be okay. I'm not gonna be here for 8 hours, I promise. Is this my room? Oh, I see, okay. Yeah, I just don't want to deal with Twitch as much as possible, like administrative-wise. Alright, does it work? And is this my room? This is my office. I stream in my office. And my dog decided he wanted to come say hi today, but he's sleeping down there. Alright. Oh, this dog is due. If you scroll down, I'm pretty sure all of my personal info is in my panels. Yes, over here. Alright, does it work? If we add a map, okay, it says I can add a map. This is going to be the cool map. And we'll just make this for now. And we'll put a frog, level 1, right there. So there should be 2 battles when I hit the save button. It doesn't save. Maps is not iterative. Yeah, okay. I know the problem with that one. No, my dogs are named after numbers 1 and 2. Well, now something else is broken. How about we don't? Of course. Soundtrack gets louder after you let it go for a little while. No, you're not on the waifu list, I'm sorry. If you'd like to claim one of them, you'd be... Oh, I hit the reset button. No shit, there's no enemies. Thanks for the follow, Rencio. Oh, King of Rug Pulls. Is that really what you came here to do? You just came here to say that? Unbelievable. You know, I turned off my 10-minute thing yesterday just because it was kind of a slow day. I'm kind of regretting that decision now, but we'll see if it keeps happening. Alright, so we're going to make a frog. Frog scales on attack. I had a toad mage. A goat, which scaled on defense, and a banana. Alright. Definitely don't want to cross these things. Okay, one thing at a time. Cross these. Alright, so a level 1 banana. Do I have a learning blog? I don't really learn from people like that. I learned by experimentation. That's wrong. Sure, I'll figure that out in a second. And that's wrong too. I learned from experimentation and just doing things, so I don't really learn from any particular person. My very specific code style is basically handled by my linter, which is a tool that makes sure all my code looks like all of my other code. And it's just kind of something that I have built up over time. Alright, well, something's wrong. Hello, Narcissus. Alright, let's look at maps. What do you think it looks like right now? ID 0, there's a battle. Why is there 2 at ID 0? That's not right. Launchpad, do you mean for this project that I'm working on right now? I could not give you a code project to work on that you would find interesting. You should work on something you find interesting. 0, 0 to 1. So why are there multiple? Why is it adding multiple? Yeah, no, I can give you a full stack project that you would really want to work on. You should pick something that you're interested in. Have I played a game like Fliff? I have played games like it, but I have not played Fliff. I wonder if it's because I hit this button, it added them. No. No, it did this. Okay, so let's say I add one node hit save. So now it says there's 2. Yeah, so this game right now is very, very pre-release. It's getting a full design done, and that'll be done next month, followed by an MVP, which will be done hopefully in January. Once the MVP is done, then we plan to do all of the marketing things like the token and stuff like that. So we're not doing it yet. Why is it adding it twice? That doesn't make sense. Hello, Delphinicus. Hey, Hisoka. I wonder if it's calling add node twice. Shouldn't be. Why stream on Twitch and not Facebook? A, because Facebook is a shitty company that I want to support as little as possible, and B, I have everything set up for Twitch already. I really need to clean up the UX on this one. Do they all have their own unique save button? Would be down here. Yeah, they do. I'm gonna need... I wonder if that works. Probably gonna get an error. Yeah, I thought so. Oh, you know what? I could just be not dumb. Look at that. I can null access. Okay, so I do have access to all those instance variables. Okay. I can get to that in a little bit. Okay, so it calls this once, but it still thinks there's 2 nodes. That's really fucked up, actually. It just adds 2 nodes in the same spot, too. That doesn't make any sense, but such is life, I suppose. Also, I'm not really streaming for engagement of, like, anyone in particular. I'm streaming for shits and giggles. What library is that connection node? So that is D3. D3 is a really powerful visualization library. I also hate working with it, but it is the best at what it does. So you'll see me using it. I've actually used this particular map creation code like multiple times. Just because I end up making map editors a lot, I guess. So you'll see that in a lot of my projects, just because it's really convenient. Really convenient to have all of this code already written. Yeah. Alright, so there's something adding to this node list twice, and I'm confused, but it doesn't call this twice. Just calls it once. I wonder if I pass in the model. Yeah, we didn't stream for quite a while. I think we did Back for Blood was the last thing we streamed together. I told him if he wants to stream together just to let me know and I'll hang out, but I'm probably just gonna be writing code. I haven't really had many games that I've wanted to play. New World kind of burned me out because of how broken the game is. And it's been really hard to get a Back for Blood game going. So maybe like something, maybe something like Worms or something sometime. I don't know. I could play the Genshin soundtrack, but I like the Xenoblade soundtrack way more. This is one of like the 3 soundtracks that is actually in my normal playlist rotation of music. I don't really like... I don't want to say I don't like the Genshin soundtrack. It reminds me of the Breath of the Wild soundtrack. It's very minimalist, and it's very there for the purposes of, like, exploring the world. Hey, Jerpax. Thanks for the follow. So, I don't really, like... When I think of Genshin, I don't think of the music. I think of the characters more than anything. I have not watched Arcane. We have a huge backlog of things to watch on Netflix, so. We've been watching Wentworth, we just finished with Riverdale, and then we have to watch the new season of In the Dark. And there's like 3 other shows that decided to come back all at the same time, basically, so. Just kind of keeping up with all of that. Alright, so maybe... Oh, you know what it is? I know what it is. Unbelievable. Wow, would you look at that? Turns out I'm not bad at things after all. Yeah, I really like the art style and everything. Cryptoblades doing alright, Jerpax. I'm actually working on other projects not related directly to Cryptoblades, but like other riveted projects. So, CBK and this, as well as another one. Alright, let's delete that. That's not important. Okay, so now editing doesn't work. Because why would it? That would be just far too convenient if it did. Wait, did I name the same map the same thing? Yeah, I must have just hit the same sequence of keys like an idiot. Krog is fine. I appreciate the creative freedom that I get, and he appreciates the creative output I give. Hours that I spend coding, anywhere between like 2 to 6, depending on what I'm working on and how fun it is, and how much I want to work on it. Part of why I'm streaming what I'm working on right now is because Shin Megami Tensei comes out on Friday. And if I don't have all of this done by Friday, it's not going to be done for another 2 weeks. So, next week is basically lost to Shin Megami Tensei. Assuming it doesn't suck, but the gameplay sounded really fun, so I think I'll like it. Okay, so let's look at it. Tell me, why? Okay, so there's no connections, but there's one node. So I think it's just not considering... I don't think I need to worry about the map list anymore for now. Because this works, I can add, edit, delete. That's probably fine. Something in here is not... Oh, I bet it's not calling update graph as soon as it initializes the... Yep. Cursed having to manually do things. How long have I been doing code? A very long time. Feels like longer than it is, because I used to do like 16 hours a day when I was learning, because I was just having a really good time with it. So, since I started programming, it has been 14 to 15 years, depending on when I started. I don't really remember that myself. Cool, okay. So I have everything working except for the links. That's good. That's... Oh, because it is linking the wrong thing. So 14 to 15 years, but I've been doing like double time for a lot of that. Okay, so you're asking me if Cryptoblades is dead. No, it's not. If you looked around at all, you'd see that we are more active than ever and we've hired more developers. As for specific updates, I don't have any for you. You get those from Levitate and the marketing team. I don't want to step on their toes, and I want to get out of their way and let them do what they're doing. Okay, so it added a link to itself, which is stupid. Okay, so it goes through node connections, it takes the source one, and then it goes through the source one, maps them to a target. What the hell is the data structure here that it's so wrong? Hey, Levitate. It says 0 is linked to 0 and 0. That's not it, Chief. Oh, okay. Let's see. So, what if I look at this? Let's try and add a link. I'm gonna... Oops. What is it? Control, delete. Delete. My delete button doesn't work anymore. You add a new feature and you have to fix all the other ones. I'll just delete the map. It's not important. Jerpax, you just asked me the same question and I have already answered you. Please don't ask me the same question, like, every 3 seconds. I'm not interested in answering you that frequently. Oh, it works this time. Sure. Oh, I know what I could do. I could add level data reporting to the map list. That would be useful. Well, no, because eventually everyone's just going to be max level. So there's only like 2 maps where that's really relevant. Animes that I recommend: Steins Gate, Madoka Magica. Works. Woo. When CD releases, why not enough burning? Because we are working on it. Not really sure what you're trying to get from me, just a kid. You're asking me about things that have happened and acting as if we don't know any better now and that we're not working on it. We're very much working on it, and we very much like have like character burning scheduled. It's just we don't have the time to do it right now because there are other things that are more important. Unfortunately, it is thing after thing after thing. There's a lot of important shit to do. Thanks, Eat to Meat. That was actually easier than I thought it would be. I was expecting tying this together to take a lot more work. I'm just kind of opening and closing it in awe because I didn't expect it to work that easily. Right, there was a bug I can't delete. I need to fix that. That is important to fix. Did I remove the function? Where the... Yeah, it's right here. Oh. This is why. Why are you asking if he's Filipino? Oh. Doesn't work because I moved it inside the modal. That's kind of annoying. This is really brittle, but... yeah, we take what we can get, I guess. Ooh, look at that. Okay, so we're gonna hit save. We have 3... Where did my links go? Well, I was in awe, but now it's not working. I guess I'm not really sure what you're getting at, Just a Kid, but I don't likely have the answer that you're looking for right now. And why does it say one is connected to one again? That's just annoying. This isn't something that should be able to happen, but I'm sick of it happening. Thank you, Jairus. I love this keyboard. You know, okay, I think I know why. No, I thought I knew why, but I don't think I actually know why. You're welcome. Oracle system stopped because the reward pool was depleted and it didn't really have any value to keep it there. How do I know where to look? Well, so the thought process is I have a breakdown in logic when I'm trying to keep these links active. So, for example, if I were to open this, there should be links between all of these, but there aren't. So I know that the code I'm looking for relates to these links. Just trying to figure out exactly why it's so broken is causing me a little bit of grief. Because this should work. If I edit it, it works. But for some reason when I do this, it gets rid of all the links. And I know why. I know why. Where is this? I mean, you can ask. I'm not obligated to answer you. I never sold all of my skill, so there is that for you. Now, does this have to start on... Okay. It does post, Okay, so this should be correct, and it won't create any weird off by ones. Okay, so, doing good, Lone Wolf. How are you doing? I really need to make it so these stop being selectable. It's really annoying. Okay, so... Wonderful. If I hit to do, I don't have any to-dos. That's cool. Why is there no Juicy for BSC? Because people are playing less on BSC. And Juicy is not something that we officially... We call it that because someone else called it that. We don't officially, like, support Juicy Hour as a term or anything like that. It's just a thing that, Which winter decided that, oh, there is a profitability right now because of all of these variables being set. But all we do is set those variables. We don't really track anything else. That's a community sort of thing. So the long story is that because there is no BSC players, I live in the US, and a junior developer here, when I was a junior developer, I made 60K. That was my first job, was 60K. If you could call it junior. I was unfortunately given a lot more responsibility than I would expect a junior to be because I was a self-starter with the work that I was doing. But depending on where you are in the country, anywhere from 40 to 60K is junior. I wouldn't take anything less than 60, but I'm kind of a stick in the mud about that sort of stuff. Yep, per year. Per year. Alright, we're gonna call the map editor functional, because I fixed the obnoxious things that I needed to fix. I have some cleanup to do. Alright, that's done. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't feel like enough in our currency, because no matter what you do, you just can't win in this country. Unless you're a billionaire, I guess. But I try to discount that as much as possible. Not sure what 6-star you mean, Just a Kid, but there have been 2 6-stars minted, one by Krog, one by me. NFT bridge coming soon, yes. Hey Anda, how's it going? Gonna finish generating those browser application bundles? That'd be really great. Cool. Alright. Yeah, today's pretty good. It's Tuesday, it's not quite Friday, but we take what we can get around here. You know, I don't think Oh, I was gonna say for my other map editor project, I didn't run into this issue where the ID was off. And the reason I don't is because that one always has 12 nodes on the map, so it's not a problem I had to run into. Which works for me. Alright, make sure there's no more console.logs. Console.log does nothing yet. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Mid-level developer. Things that I would expect from a mid-level developer is that you would be able to research things on your own even if you can't solve all your own problems. You make an attempt to figure out how to solve your problem. Typos are the worst. So you make an attempt to solve your own problems. And really, that's all I would ever ask, is that people try to solve their own problems before asking someone else. That's probably the more important part. Because all programming is problem solving anyway. I don't take on students. A, I'm not trained for that, and B, I'm not a teacher. Okay. Thanks for the follow, SMG. Okay, so... What's the easiest way to do this? How's it going? Huh, Ando wants a timeout. See you in a couple minutes. Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Shin Megami Tensei comes out on Friday, so I'm streaming my work in an attempt to get it all done before Friday. Otherwise, I'd just be streaming Railgun all week, and I watched a couple episodes this morning, but I don't want that to be my whole week just yet. My goal is to get through Railgun 1 and 2 by Friday, and Season 3 I don't think I'll be able to get through. Ooh, Maru's watching my stream. Thanks, Asan. Yeah, I love Angular. I know it's like something that not a lot of people are really into, but Angular is pretty much the only thing I'll consider professionally for a multitude of reasons. Okay. My opinion on Angular, React, and Vue. Going to sound very opinionated because it is, but I don't think Vue or React are worth the time in a professional project that scales to more than 5 people. Angular has its own built-in like way you should do things. It is like a very professional, like enterprise level framework. It has a bit of a learning curve, but arguably it's the worst part about it is the just the learning curve. Everything else about... Oh, you're a Google developer expert. That is awesome. I've wanted to put my hat in for a Google developer expert, but I don't think I have like a public enough... like I don't put out blog posts or anything like that, and it seemed like Google developer experts are like a really public figure. Which I don't mind being a public figure, of course, but I don't know if I have like enough material to like qualify as that, which, you know, kind of sucks, but I'll just sit here and do Angular on my own. That's fine. But React I don't find it has any value. It's kind of unfortunate that so many companies attach to it. It's like a cowboy code tool, and it's a mess that I've every time I've seen a React code base, it's just been kind of gross, and I can't get my head around some things in React, like why they do things the way they do. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And Vue is like kind of the best of both worlds. It's really good for simple projects, and I really like it, but I don't like using TypeScript with Vue because it's really jank, and when you try to scale up a Vue project, the Vue projects, when you scale them up, end up being a lot more complex than they really should be, unless you have really, really good discipline, which a lot of people don't, surprisingly or otherwise. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, actually, I haven't started... I used to stream a lot of game stuff, but I've been streaming more code recently, just... it's kind of been more what I've been interested in doing, and it keeps me a little bit more accountable for the stuff that I'm doing. But that's cool. That's good to hear. Like I said, very great to have you hanging out with us. CBK is a browser game. Hey Dan, how's it going? Timeout. So the timeout thing is you can redeem points and you get timed out for like 100 seconds or whatever number I put in there. All right. So I want to disable the save button. Oh, this is gonna be obnoxious. I guess I just need to add a function in all of these views, whatever. I only care about... What do I care about? I care about a name and an item type. Dot name. State has to have at least 2. We'll do that. Sure. You can deal with it. Nice. Thanks for the follow, Kubalele. We'll go... Alright. How dare you? Oh, of course it lets me because all of these things exist. Okay. So that one works. Is my keyboard loud? You could ask people in stream if they think it's too loud. I have cherry reds. I have a Corsair K90. I don't know what it is. It's the full keyboard for Corsair. I really liked my blues keyboard. I gave it to one of my friends. And now every time I go over to her house, I just, like, make an excuse to sit at her computer for, like, a minute or two and just type on the keyboard. I love that keyboard so much. It was a quick-fire TK or something. Really satisfying. Can I explain why people use Docker and Kubernetes and how they're connected? So, people use Docker... Hold on. I was gonna drink water before I started explaining this, but where is an example? Alright, so if I were to look at... So this is a tool that I use called CapRover, and CapRover lets you deploy applications using Docker or other things. So if I wanted to look at this, this is my C file server. So you could deploy. So you could deploy with a Docker file, or you can deploy straight from Docker. And the reason that Docker is useful is because it lets you make a small Linux container. And with the small Linux container, you can deploy a lot of apps more consistently. And consistency is really important when you go to deploy things, because you don't want to deploy... like, for example, if I were to look at my game server, I don't want my game server to be difficult to deploy, but I also want it to be consistent if I were to deploy it to multiple servers. Docker is a really convenient and easy way to do that. You pair that with things like Kubernetes, and Kubernetes is like the server farm equivalent of like scaling Docker outwards. So you would put a, I don't know enough about Kubernetes to tell you more, but you would use Kubernetes if you had like a really high profile application and you wanted to mass deploy like a Docker container across all of them. That is my like base level understanding of Kubernetes. As for like why people use Docker, man, Docker is just frustrating. I only use it at a very base level, and I do that very intentionally because I don't want to have problems with like Docker has caused me a lot of grief in the past. I don't want to keep having grief with it, you know? But yeah, there's a lot of instrumentation around Docker. Docker is like a really popular tool these days for deployments. And honestly, it is really good at what it does. So it has a lot going for it. Alright, so we'll do can save current enemy. Alright, what do we need on an enemy if we want to save one? Okay, probably we want a name, we want base stats, we want level up stats. I guess they don't really need skills. So current enemy.name. I should actually have this be greater than or equal to, because there are 2-letter words. So we want this, and we want something like size. Oh, excellent. What is it? Base? I guess I could just do base points, because base points and base stats correlate pretty effectively with each other. Okay, that's not optional, which is good. Alright, so let's say I want to make an enemy now. Not gonna... Oh, I have to add the disabled. Yeah, you're welcome. Item done. Okay, I think I want to do some, and I want to object.values this instead. I very much agree. I really like Angular. I really like the code cleanliness that it offers. Nice. Okay, that works now. When I look at React, it's always just you can do whatever you want with it, which is good and bad. But in my professional career so far, I have seen more people abuse code out of laziness because they want to ship something. Angular gives them far fewer opportunities to do that, in my opinion. Like, for example, I used to use Knockout.js before I moved to Angular. And, you know, with Knockout.js, it's a really, really simple view binding library. Very, very trivial, very straightforward. Agreed, Asan. So I used to use Knockout. And I was like, okay, you know, it's really hard to screw this up. You say KO if, KO visible, you know, whatever. And then this bastard that I worked with just started putting functions in the HTML. He would just, like, raw declare all of the functions in there, so there was no separation, like, of the code being, like, the JavaScript code being in a JavaScript file. So I migrated that code base to Angular as soon as I could, because it's just, it's really frustrating. Really, excuse me. Really, really frustrating. This is interesting. Alright, so I want a name. Name is required. And comes default. You can't... I mean, I guess you can avoid choosing a primary stat, but... now I have to check if I can avoid choosing a primary stat here. I sure can. Alright, let's go back here. So what do I need? I need name. There needs to be some stat points in its LB. It doesn't require abilities, so everything else should be optional. That should be good. And that's the thing with React and working in a large team is when you have a large team, you very easily need to be able to recognize the standards for your code, and you need to be able to not deviate too much from those standards. Otherwise, your code base turns into an absolute mess, which is not good for anyone. Not at all. It just makes maintenance harder and shipping new features harder, and it's not a good situation. And I find that I have a lot of success with Angular in larger teams for that reason. That's why PHP. PHP is still used, Dan. Like, true story, one of our other projects, if you ask me about it, I don't want to talk about it too much because it's not something we're publicly owning, but the friend of mine who is doing the back end is doing it all in PHP. PHP is his favorite language, for better or worse, and he has a lot of success with it. Like, ultimately, with code, you should do what you're successful at. And what you're most productive with, and for him that's PHP, and he shipped a big backend with it, so you know, people will still use it for sure. All right, characters need an archetype, a weapon. Can you seriously choose a star rating? This is less than 0. I swear to God. Whatever. We'll just do it just in case. Okay, so we'll do this. So we need a primary stat, a weapon, and an archetype. So name, archetype, weapon, stars. Stars should be greater than 2. Primary stats, so that should be those 5 conditions. Then we need for sure this and this and this. This will be dot base points, and this will be dot level points. I mean, everyone's going to give you shit for using PHP. That is an unavoidable thing. But the truth is, much like everything else, if you're solving problems, doesn't really matter. You're just, at the end of the day, you're trying to ship software. So, yeah, who cares? Oh, this validation is just going to be real obnoxious. How many is greater than or equals everywhere? I should probably be consistent about it. I guess they don't really require skills, but all characters should have skills. I'll just say 1 skill is required. Everything else can be optional. One day I'll add stricter validation to this. Famous last words, I'm sure. There really needs to be validation on skills, but I don't want to hard code it in here. Whatever. We'll call it good. Sure can't hit that save button. Alright, what does a banner need? I regret wanting to do validation now. How do I take it back? Alright, can save current. Okay, so it needs a banner, type. I think that's pretty much. You wanna write the rest of that for me? Close, but not quite. What does it have? Items, characters, ships. GitHub Copilot coming so close, but falling short right at the end. Man, how do you even indent something like this? That'll have to do. Alright, go disable, save banner. As long as it doesn't let me hit the save button, I think we're good. I never did follow up with that guy about this bug. Formally has a bug where if you use bootstrap columns but you hide things, it doesn't remove the in-between ones. So there's actually like a bunch of different field entries in here, but they're just hidden. Do I do tests? No. With front end, I would test logic, but I don't like testing interfaces. It's a pain in the ass and doesn't provide any value to me personally. Jeez. I definitely, like, I'm more inclined to test, for example, my backends. Because it's a lot easier to logic test a backend than it is to deal with, like, oh, is this 10 pixels away from this? I've never found a good way to do front-end tests that are actually meaningful and impactful. How many years do you need to be familiar? Syntax is just syntax. As long as you know how to write logic, syntax doesn't really matter. Once you start with a programming language, you kind of feel adept at it. Move to another one that's different in some way, like front end to back end or imperative to functional. That way you can have like a really good grasp of different kinds of syntaxes. And that's probably the easiest way to familiarize yourself with multiple different kinds of syntax. And then once you're familiar with different kinds of syntax, you can more easily go between different ones. I need one here. I guess maps will need one combat at least. That one will be interesting, but quick to test. Alright, can save. I guess it's not required to have more than one. Hey Yami, how's it going? Oh. Maybe I should stop putting default names in for everything. Doing pretty good, thanks. Just doing some cleanup of my code. and hanging out. Alright, we're gonna get rid of all of the default names. It provides no value except for making it easier to forget to add one. Do I have all of these initialized in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, they're all in here. Alright. Oh, what do you need in a shop? Name, currency, and then at least something in it. I should probably copy the banner logic for this one. Shops don't have a type. But they need to have at least one of those, and they do need to have a currency item. That's kind of... Stop auto-inserting that. And I need to put it on the front end. Where is the button? Alright. So this one I can copy chip. So it needs a name, it needs a primary stat, it does not need a secondary stat. It does need these stat points, it does not need abilities. Actually, is this logic the exact same? I don't actually know, because secondary stat isn't expressly necessary. It should be set to none though, by default. How do I... What is the value for none? Just an empty string, okay. It's gonna bitch if I put in an empty string. What if I put in undefined as the value? One way to find out. Nope, that doesn't work either. Well, I think that's why I didn't set it to none by default, but it really should be, because it's kind of ugly to not have it set to none. Maybe I'll just put a none stat in there. Oh, that's so stupid. Oh, or. I know what I can do. I guess I can already set it to undefined because it's optional. Why is this so stupid? Hey Jairus, how's it going? null not a valid optional thing? I might just straight up have to add a stat.none, and I hate it. Okay, so if I do that, that will work, and then I come over here. What if I set this to null? Are you gonna complain less if it's null? No. This is really frustrating. I just wanted to have none selected by default. But I think the way that I'm gonna have to do that is I'm gonna have to add a none stat, and I think that's just stupid, but in this house we do what we gotta do to get it done. Will this work, or does it need to be set? Oh, hello. Everything won't. Nope. Okay. We're not doing that. That's just not happening. What if we do this? It's gonna throw an error. Well, of course it throws an error. Alright, try me. Fuck it. No one has to know. Alright. Disable equal. What is that? What is that thing called? Can save current weapon. Alright. I just have to trust that I have put in all of that correctly. Oh, I get to do the fun part. Alright, well, first. I see you guys talking about me in Discord. That's gonna have to work, I guess. Whatever. Alright, now I just need a way to save everything. Yeah, every time I look to the left, I'm looking at Discord. Discord is right there. So, hate to break it to you guys, but I am checking Discord sometimes. Okay, well, I guess I could just... Saving loading things is going to be an absolute hassle. Alright, what's the API look like? Ooh. Which one is this again? What are we? We're at 109. Ah, yes. I didn't think it was called Unfinished Business, but... Hey, Shodi. Alright, so right now, import and export are local. I think I'm going to keep them there for now. So to do this, I'm going to need credentials. I need to clone the backend at some point. Need another terminal. Let's do that instead. Well, I have enough screen real estate to do this right now. I'll just remove the buttons later, probably. Oh, hi, buddy. Are you actually going to lay down in your bed for once? Oh, hi. And of course, I don't have dog cam set up. Maybe I'll set dog cam up after this. Oh, function doesn't exist. I mean, that's reasonable. That is a fair complaint. I guess I really only have to do this and some other stuff, so this shouldn't be too bad to do. But I am gonna need to deploy the backend somewhere. Ugh, gross. And hook it up with a database. I wonder if it's already hooked up with a database. I hope so. That would be really cool. It'd save me a lot of work. There's a database folder. That's nice. Okay. I also need to start deploying this front end somewhere. Just gotta start deploying everything. Gross. Alright, well. time to just pick it up and just start doing it. I don't have build instructions set up, do I? I think I might need to rebuild this folder structure. Are you gonna work? What are you doing, Netlify? I don't know what Netlify is doing. It's busted, probably. I might need to go get permission or something. There we go. Alright, let's try that again. Hello. Okay, I think this is fine. Yes, I can just set the base directory to be like front end or something. I've never actually run a build on this. I should probably figure that out. npm run build. I just don't remember. I think it's front end / dist, but we'll see. Alright. Yep, front end / dis. Hey, this is Sai. You probably don't know what you're looking at. I'm just working on some code stuff. It doesn't entirely surprise me that you wouldn't know what it is. No, I'm working on some stuff for my upcoming game. Hey, Advo. Alright, well... I have to remember how to set shit up with Netlify using DNS. It's probably my least favorite thing to do. Where else do I use Netlify for DNS? I'd say Cryptoblades, but we use... I don't know why we moved off of Google domains. That's on Firebase. Alright, this one I know is on Netlify. Alright, so I'm gonna move that. Go to domain management. This is going to be magic. connect.com. And then go over here. DNS, content, creator, CNAME, propagate immediately, and then it's going to be that. Okay, I guess we'll see if it worked. Oh, it's still building. I was gonna say my build is broken, but it's actually just not done yet. Alright, so this is already set up to connect to a database. So I just need to... Oh, man. I know all I need to do is set up the API, but I just don't want to. I just would like for it to work and be done without me having to touch it. Alright, it says it's done. I'm working on my upcoming game called Magic Connect. This is the waifu game that I have talked about in the past a couple of times. Well, it built it. Yeah, oh, it's disk/frontend is what it's supposed to deploy. That's probably why it's not working. Oh well. Nope. Marketing and other things will be coming in early next year, probably January, February. In the meantime, it's just teasers. If you check top left of my stream, you'll see that there is a character. I change the character periodically as the artist finishes other character concepts. Okay, so... Oh, I think I kind of just want to restructure this, but... It might not really be that important, actually. I need to keep all of these. I don't really need to keep them. I have the data in my wiki. Whatever. Alright, let's try deploying again, but correctly. Hey, Eddie Tovar. How's it going? How frustrating. I wish it would just auto set the upstream. I know there's a git setting for it, I can just never remember what it is. Alright, so I have the DNS set up, allegedly. Will it be similar to anything you would know? The combat is styled after Mega Man Battle Network. So the combat is grid-based. Let me pull it up here. Let me just pull up one that already exists. So in a combat, it'll be a 4x4 grid, kind of like One Step from Eden, or Mega Man Battle Network, where Mega Man Battle Network is 3x3. The difference is that with One Step from Eden and Mega Man Battle Network, those games are both real-time with pause in some situations. That's something I need to fix. So the difference here is that this will be a turn-based game, kind of like Radiant Historia. I need to fix that before I forget. That's not a useful search query. Well. Alright, so I need to go to... No, it wasn't map, it was battle. This is temporary and should be a drop-down. You're correct. Alright, so let's do that. I need to go to the mod manager service. I really only need that. Oh, I don't want filtered. So I do this. And here I need amongst map. 3. Unlock. Not required. I need to go through and remove required from a bunch of this shit too. Some of it's just straight up not necessary. Not completely solo. I don't know if it's going to be through Seedify or who we're launching with. That's kind of something that I'm kicking a can down the road for. We'll see later. Okay, so let's do this and this. Okay. That works. That's a drop down now. That is excellent. Should put an issue in instead of that, but whatever. Hey, and the DNS is working. Are we earning from any of the existing games? Yes. Our other game that is currently launched made a bunch of money, and the game that we have just raised money for also did so. And we got to hire a bunch of developers, which was really cool. I've never gotten to hire people before, but they had already been kind of working for us on like a bounty basis. So those developers got converted to full or part-time, but on an hourly rate basis. And it's really cool. So this is not related to any of our other projects. This will have like some crossovers between them, but it's not directly related. This is just kind of my own thing. Yes, we is Cryptoblades. Yes. Alright. Yeah, it's really cool. I've always wanted to do games professionally, but the games industry is something that I've never really been fond of because, you know, low pay, high crunch, generally really bad management. So I had resigned myself to only doing, like, quote-unquote normal software, like enterprise bullshit for the rest of my life. But it's really cool that even if it's temporary, I get a break from that. What do you do with these potatoes? You can buy things on stream. That's pretty much it. What do I have set up right now for potatoes? I had a bunch of nice quick actions set up, but I think Twitch changed something, and I'm not quite sure why. But it's basically requests or things of that nature that I have set up for Twitch. So if I was like playing Back 4 Blood, you could be like, oh, change to this written in versus mode or something like that. So that would be suggest a poll. So you'd want to suggest, like, do you like X or Y or something like that. But hey, you know. And I don't have, like, a lot of stuff set up for the reward request, just, something that I set up, or work with periodically. I don't really, change it too often. Yeah, the hype died down, but there's still a lot of stuff that's happening. So no matter what, we've always got new stuff going on. You know, you say you want to create games, never a better time to start. I would say just pick something up and go, honestly. Alright, I guess we're going to switch gears over to the back end. Games are, like, really repetitive and much... I don't want to say they're, like, harder, but it's just harder to, like, grind through them to get to the end of making a game. But... you know, if you stick with it, you'll ship something eventually. And you gotta start small with games because it's really easy to outscope yourself in a game. My first game project was an MMO. Obviously a big mistake, highly not recommended, but I did it anyway. And then, you know, 15 years later, I'm finally able to reflect on that, say, oh, that's what I wanted to do, this is how I wanted to do it, and then I actually started making that MMO in earnest by myself 2 years ago, and then I rewrote it last year because I made a lot of mistakes writing it the first time, so now I'm kind of like on my second version of it. But it's really easy to screw up games, especially if they're big. So starting small and just keeping them small, always recommended. And people really like simple mobile games, so there's never a lack of a market for small games. But it's cool that you still added like a, you know, game in your overlay. I don't really have anything special for my Twitch overlay. I've kind of wanted to, but I wouldn't know what to do even if I did, so I just haven't. Am I self-taught or did I go to college? I am both. I was self-taught for about 4 years, and then I went to college for computer science. I got some AP credits, which, if you're unfamiliar, is like, they're college credits that you can use to, like, skip a couple of classes. So I got a couple credits, and I used those to get into a couple college classes that were a little bit above my level, but it was a good time. Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I mean, if you can use a browser source for it, it's so much easier to implement for OBS. Before I worked with Riveted Games, where did I work? So I am a consultant by trade. I'm working with Riveted on a longer term basis because Phil, A, we went to college together and he's a good friend of mine, and B, he treats us all really well. So I've never really worked anywhere that I was treated very well, you know, long term. Of course, like, oh, your skills are great, but you hear that all the time. You don't really find companies that are willing to pay you and also, like, give you freedom. There's always something that you lose by working for a corporation. And when I started out programming. I started for a company that one of my friends like got me hired at. Then I turned like consultant, and I slowly priced myself out of working at smaller companies. So I got to the point where it was a little bit harder to find work than I would like, which is fine, because that means I don't have to deal with their shit 24/7. I get to work, you know, on what I want, kind of when I want, which is nice. But then Phil and I over the years had tried to make a couple of games here and there. None of them panned out until this one, and now I work with Riveted. So basically it's history. And if, you know, if we go sideways on anything Riveted wise, then I'll just go back to being a corporate consultant and working on some fun stuff in my spare time. Oh, just my learning story. Sorry, long-winded. I started with a framework called Beyond, which is like a really hobbyist game development tool. And that gave me like the freedom to learn how to do things and kind of make things really quickly. But it doesn't have a lot of professional grade tooling, so I dropped it eventually when I started doing web development. So I started with Beyond, went to web development with like PHP, JavaScript. And then school happened. I did a lot of other stuff like C#, a bunch of other languages and frameworks on my resume. It doesn't really matter. Then I ended up doing front end and Angular full time. That became my focus. So yeah, that's kind of what I was doing before Riveted. And as just like a general thing, I pretty much solidified my career as an Angular developer right away, just because I didn't want to... I don't really believe in full stack, because that's like, hey, how can we pay you to do 2 skills, but only pay you for, you know, half of that? Just generally frustrated with how the computer science job market works. But, it's alright. Full Stack Overflow, ain't that the truth? I don't spend a lot of time on Stack Overflow anymore, thankfully. Not, I mean, it's not that it's a bad thing, I just don't need it as much anymore, which is kind of nice. Alright, never used Nest before. How do I use Nest? Do I have like a code generator? Playlist, I really like Xenoblade Chronicles. It was a really good game. I highly recommend it if you like JRPGs. Probably one of the best ones I played in my entire JRPG, like, playing history. Yeah, and that's the thing, is like, once you know how to use Angular, the only thing you'll be looking at Stack Overflow are like weird esoteric Angular errors, which I hate to say that I run into them more than I should, but like, you know, you run into some weird errors, and those are the times where there's no way you could have debugged it yourself. So how do I know what schematics I have? Oh, these are just the default schematics. So what is this? This is a module. So what is that? Is there any code on these, or like what am I doing here? Oh no. Okay, I don't have auto lint on save, which is gonna be kind of unfortunate, but see ya, son. Yeah, if I see you streaming, definitely. I should probably follow you for that one. I end up... Oh, I was following... No, I wasn't following you. Yeah, I don't check Twitch a whole lot, but if I see you on, I'll check it out. Yeah, thanks. Have a good day yourself. Alright, this is gonna be annoying. What is it gonna complain about? Why are there so many errors? Okay, so I guess I don't know if I need a module or what do I need for this exactly. Oh geez, okay. I don't know how to deal with that. Why? Man, this is just frustrating. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. No, I have 2 dogs. That's enough for me, yeah, TBH. Okay, so is there an auth module? Okay, so if I do npx nest g module content, and we'll wait for it to cache the nest CLI. So does this work? Okay. No, I didn't write the backend. KR actually has been working on the backend for this. I just have a very specific need for the content for this. I need a way to save and load this straight to the database. So I am doing this just so I have it available. That way I can actually start using the content creation tools and kind of iterating on those a little bit more. But no, I haven't written the backend. I've wanted to use Nest for a long time, so this is a good excuse for me to learn. Thoughts regarding NFT music? Not really. May come as a surprise, but I don't really think about crypto in my spare time at all. I don't have enough time in my day for that. I would much rather go play games or something. Okay, so alright, so we have this. Oh, I need to start taking eye drops before I forget. I'm gonna grab some food real quick. want some watermelon.
Good boy.
Yeah, I usually have some melon and some grapefruit for lunch. I just don't want to eat a grapefruit at my desk because it splatters all over my monitors. And then I don't notice it for a couple of weeks. Grapefruit is really messy. Yeah, I'm not sure what it does. I don't know if it's dust, but boy, it sure ends up being a pain in the ass. Anyway, I just don't like getting juice on my monitors, especially because I just got new monitors like 2 months ago. Having to clean them is not my favorite. Alright. What do we do here? Yeah, exactly. You just put it off because you don't want to deal with it. I completely relate. Alright, how does this use the database? How does this do anything? This is very sophisticated and I very much appreciate that, but I don't know how the hell it works. So this would be, so you need a service. Okay, so let's go down to the user service. So you inject the ORM. Oh, this is gonna need permissions. Okay. I don't know how any of this works. I'm gonna probably need an explanation later. What is this shit? I don't understand. This is the Xenoblade Chronicles OST. This specific track is... Oh, this one is Riki's Kindness. We can skip forward to... These tracks are named either incorrectly or slightly incorrectly. I almost forgot to do that. That would have been bad. Now I get to be blind for a couple of minutes. Excellent. So how would I... Okay, so this might have an example of what I want. That would be excellent. I'm gonna stop looking at these things. They just confuse me. Okay, so I want to do a get and a put. What is this? What is this? What is this? Can create news item. Maybe I should look at the news item one instead of the mail one. That one might be a little bit more straightforward for me. So man, this music isn't doing much either. This music is the part of the game where it ends up being just ominous and whatnot. Where is no, not Teffer Cave. Where's all the good stuff? No, this is still the ending. I'll just go with this stuff. I'll have to play the Xenoblade Chronicles X soundtrack next time I do this. Okay. So there's an entity here. This is a schema. Oh, this is gonna be something, isn't it? I don't give a shit. That's not gonna let me do it because it'll be an empty interface. Man. I think this is only a warning though, and I can deal with a warning. Okay, so that'll give me the schema. Okay. Interesting. So that should let me create and update the content. What? Delete CR. Oh, it doesn't want a carriage return. Okay. Deal with it yourself then. Yeah, it just doesn't like my carriage returns, and I don't know why, but oh, there's a lot of validation I should really do for this, and I think there's a lot of validation I'm really not gonna do right now. Sure. What do you mean authentication fit? Oh, do I not have a MongoDB running? Bet I don't. No, I do. Oh. It's specified in all the URLs. Hey there, Austin. Been doing really good. How about you? Alright, so let me do a get I'm just working on the tools for Magic Connect, which is the next riveted game that I'm working on. So right now I am working on the API for it. What port did it start on? Not gonna tell me what port. Oh, 6696 maybe? I don't have any like marketing or any other sites for it yet. I have been slowly working on details about the game. I have like my wiki, that is my personal wiki, set up with all the information about it. If you're interested in some of the art, if you look in the top left of the stream, you can see one of the characters featured in the game. And I rotate the image as my artist finishes new character concepts. Alright. So this isn't particularly useful here. Ah, you're welcome. And I'll be sharing more over the next couple of months, but for now I'm just streaming, working on stuff in the game. I guess I could just hide that for now. Unable to reach the API endpoint. Well, you tell me, what am I supposed to do? What do you mean study or learn by myself? Do you mean like programming in general? Or just the thing that I'm working on right now? Both. I studied programming formally, but I also did self-study before I went to college for it. So I had a lot of experience going into college. Okay. Sure. So I wonder if it's maybe in the config. Oh, thank you. Drop by anytime. Where is all of the stuff that I'm looking for? I really like Nest. I'm sure once I was more familiar with it, it would make a lot more sense to me. But right now, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Oh, that's cool. It can use .env as a config setup. I like that. Unfortunately, I don't think I have any .env. Yeah, I don't. I don't know what I'm doing. That's not helpful to me at all. That's also not helpful. What am I doing? Like, this would be the controller. Is there something I'm missing? Like, clearly there's something I'm missing. Just what is it that I'm missing is the real question. I probably don't need that. Certainly don't need that. Alright, config service. This is just built in. It just start on a random port, I wonder. I guess I'll restart it and see. Yeah, I've played pretty much every Zelda game. Starting with Twilight Princess, I started a tradition of beating every Zelda game the weekend that it comes out by that Sunday. So I had a lot of fun with Zelda. Probably one of my favorite series. I don't know if I have. Which remaster, or which one was remastered? Or do you mean like the music or something? Just make sure you don't send a link, because my Nightbot's gonna delete it. Put like a space in there or something, so it doesn't get picked up as a link. Oh, it's running on 3000. Has it really just been running on 3000 the whole time? Cool. Your link didn't send, unfortunately. That's alright. Okay, so... if I did that... Oh, is it not gonna... wait. Okay, it only threw... well, it didn't restart. Oh, the Unreal 4 Ocarina of Time. I have seen that. They're not gonna get very far because Nintendo is gonna delete them eventually, but they have a little bit of time. Why does it not? Oh, that's kind of frustrating. Oh, do I have to run start dev? You know what? I am the fool here. Yeah, it looks really nice. Anytime people take something and remaster it in a way that's like makes it fairly modern, it always looks really good. Similarly with the person who made all NES games run in VR. That is just like an astonishing workload just to make it work in a way that makes sense for all of the games that you're looking at. Don't know how you do it, but person who did it, very good. Okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that looks right to me. I guess for now I could just make it unauthorized and then just add the authentication on top of it when I have an app that I can do that with. Oh yeah, that restarts immediately. That's so much better. Okay. Oh, you just do a return? Oh, that's nice. Let's see. What if I don't use an ID? I'll just search for all of them. Why? Stop using double equals. All it does is make everything more difficult. Metadata not found. Well, that's annoying. Do I need to register this somewhere? Is that what I'm not doing? Show me where news item is registered. Thanks for the follow, Aaron. Here maybe? Yep, this is exactly where it has to be done. Sure. You know me? Do I know you? That's the real question here. Oh, jeez. One of the many developers. It's not just me. What do you mean it can't be where? Or it can't be empty? What the... Why? You're welcome. I'm glad to hear it. I still work on Cryptoblades adjacent products, so I'm working more of leading CB and CBK, and more CBK than anything. Additionally, we're working on another project that we don't really talk about that much. And lastly, this project that I'm working on right now is an upcoming game of mine, which there is not a lot of shared info on just yet, mostly what I've been sharing. Just keep him busy. Normal game. Just trying to make something simple and fun. And it is still a game that's, I guess you could call it sponsored by Riveted. I am still getting paid to work on it. Oh my god. But this game is inspired partly by Mega Man Battle Network and One Step from Eden, but it will be turn-based, so closer to Radiant Historia and similar games. Good luck studying. Definitely do computer science for the other stuff. Computer science teaches you a lot of study habits and a lot of like research skills. Focus on that more than anything. What if I just do this? Not gonna complain, right? Okay. JavaScript. JavaScript is going to be one of the more important languages for you to do pretty much any development these days. This just does a return. Oh, unable to reach the API endpoint. I guess that's a problem. Like, it says it gets... Huh. I wonder if you have to do more than just return it. Yeah, it should be returning an empty array. I mean, you can't send request. It's doing it. How obnoxious. I don't care about the body for this one. That really depends on where you go. In the US, you'll make anywhere from like 60 to 200,000 a year. In general, that's depending on like what part of the country you live in. In Europe, you would make anywhere from 50 to like 80K. But it depends where you live. That is always the factor of like, if you're going to earn money, you have to figure out kind of like what the pay is where you live. Why is this not working? What does it do here? Yeah, it just returns it. Weird. Not a damn clue why this doesn't work. Well, crazy is relative, right? Like, if you were to make... Well, I earned 60K as a fresh graduate. But, like, it depends where you work. 60K doesn't get you anything in Silicon Valley, but in, like, middle of nowhere, Ohio, 60K is, like, living like a king. So, it really depends where you are. Like, cost of living plays a huge, huge role in, like, how much your money actually does for you. This is confusing. I wonder if I have an extension that does this for me. Clearly something is not working as expected. Oh, look at that, I have one. Yeah, and I don't know anything about cost of living in other countries. I can really only speak to the country I live in, and arguably even only the region I live in. Well, I mean, you're putting a lot of emphasis on NFT where there really doesn't need to be one. I wake up and I write code just like everyone else. Some days. Other days, like lately, I've been, trying to keep people productive and see if there's like any blockers that come up for them and try to resolve those or answer questions or, whatever. It's not really different from other programmers at all. Okay, so it doesn't like this because it just can't work with local. Oh my god, why? Sure. Does this change anything? No. I like to play tennis, badminton, volleyball, sports-wise, hobby-wise, video games, and some other stuff. Video games make up a big portion of it, and board games. Man, I think I just need like some kind of HTTP shit locally, because I just don't know how to do this. I'll try the Chrome extension. If it works, then I'll keep it. If it doesn't work, then I'll just delete it. I think it works. What a pain in the ass. So it says 404 not found. Which is correct because there is no content. Okay. So, what if I send this? Thanks for the follow, Planet was taken. That's frustrating. Of course, the browser extension just makes it work perfectly. I hate cores. Cores is such a... I mean, it's a stupid thing to work around. It's a good idea, but it just feels like it's done so poorly. Okay, so what if I do a put instead? Do it. Okay, so that's the body. Why is it sending it twice? Yeah, that's only going in once, but it's reading out twice. That's so frustrating. Okay, sure. However, yeah, Cores has given me nothing but grief for like my entire career, and I hate it so much. I just don't like dealing with it, because in this case, I couldn't hit my local server from a web API because of Cores issues, because, you know, of course. So I had to install the Chrome extension so it could do some mumbo jumbo, I guess. It's like, whatever. Whatever. I just want to delete the collection entirely. I don't know how I burned you, English. You're gonna have to fill me in on that one. Oh. You just noticed? Maybe I should have made that burn be like, when you pay attention. Will this do it? Guess we'll find out. Alright, so... Cool. You need to pass an entity instance. I just want to delete everything. I just want it gone. I want its existence removed. does this work? Do I do like... Shit is why I hate using ORMs. Until I know how to do exactly everything, it's just a complete waste of my time. No, I don't have a split keyboard. I have a normal keyboard. This is so stupid. I just want to remove entire collection. I just want it all gone. Yeah, be careful not to spam. Nightbot is very aggressive, just because I've had some very obnoxious spam in the past. Yeah, be careful with spam. It will wreck you. There is a reason to do this, I swear. Whatever, I'll just get all of them and then I'll delete all of them. So stupid. This returned an array last time, so it's probably fine. All right. And it put it in there twice. Okay, so that one is 994F. Okay, well, it does delete them. It just puts them in there twice for some reason. I don't know why it is getting hit twice. Actually, you know what? I could look, and I could see if Hopscotch is sending 2 requests or not. Or can I? Okay, guess I can't. Well, in principle, what I have works. There's some other obnoxious things that I have to do. Like add the authentication and create users and shit like that, but I think we might be cruising. Snail's pace, all the same, but... Oh, Jesus. What is this one? This is the Shulkin Fiora. No? Why do I not know this map music? It's not Gar Plane, is it? It'd be the night one, if anything. No, it's the refugee camp. Oh well. Alright. So... I can do this. I need to figure out this authentication bullshit, but I'm just gonna say that my copy and paste probably works. And we'll call that part good. Oh, right. But I need to figure out why it's triggering twice. You wanna load up, get that? Whatever. Just do it over here. Okay. Oh, that works. That's cool. Meaning to check that as well. How do I do a put with curl? I'm just gonna say hopscotch is probably sending it twice, but we'll see. I just want to see, how do I send a curl put? Whatever. Curl send put. Okay. Curl x put dash d. Gross. Okay, it's only happening once, just hopscotch is sending it twice. Really unfortunate, but that's okay. Alright, so I'm gonna say this is probably correct, and I'll just test it a little bit later. Why is SRC content untracked? Oh, because I just... I should really deploy this to Heroku and set up the back end. Yeah, I mean, it's something you get used to. Once you've done it a couple of times, you'll just know what you're doing. Forgot. Fucking Salesforce ruins everything they touch, but that should be no surprise. No, I drink tea. I don't drink coffee. very much, I don't like coffee at all. Coffee's gross. Bad for you. I don't really need caffeine for anything either, so not really that interested in it overall. Alright, how do I run this? Just run npm run start, I guess. Is there any CI? No. Should there be? Yes. Eventually, I suppose. Yeah, healthy within reason, I suppose. I'm gonna call this the test server. I wonder if that was anything important. It probably wasn't. Alright, and of course I close Google Domains. Alright, how do I do DNS with Heroku? I do not remember. That didn't answer my question. Makes everything a hassle, but whatever. That is just Heroku in a nutshell. Naming, I don't have any Git remotes, I don't care. I've just finished my water a while ago. I'll go get some in a second. Does it work? Yes. So is this supposed to be a C name? I mean, I guess it would have to be a C name, right? It only works once every 5 minutes. Globally, not even per person. I thought about that, and I said, hey, someone could definitely spam this, and then I said, no, I don't think I want to let them spam this. Smells like smoked sausage. Alright, why doesn't it deploy? It's not a web, that's the problem, it's a worker. I just want to add a worker. Is that too much to ask? Why can't I? Swear to God, if I need to add a proc file for this, I just don't want to. I really don't. No. So monitor count doesn't really change anything. I actually just got LASIK on Friday, so I'm taking eye drops to, and thanks for reminding me I need to do that, taking eye drops to fix my eyes up. Oh, Jesus. So, I actually just got rid of my glasses. Yeah, they're a little bit annoying, but it's ultimately not too big of a deal. Gotta do it. How frustrating. Not really, no. You need eye drops, or you need lubrication on your eyes so they can function properly. Whether you're tired or not, it doesn't matter. If you have dry eyes, you need water in your eyes. There's a lot of things that can make you tired, but you certainly need, like, you need liquid in your eyes, period. But I do take eye drops, and it does wake me up a little bit, so that's certainly a perk. I want to. I want to see the worker type. Do I really need to do this? No, I don't. Go right back down to hobby. Heroku is such a pain in the ass. I hate it so much. You know what? Whatever. I'll leave it as web, because I guess. You win. nest not found. Maybe you should have installed it. Is it in dev dependencies? It sure is. Alright, tell me what I have to do. I'm just too lazy for this. Ugh. You win, Heroku. You win. I should really just self-host it, but I really don't want to spin up a server right now. I just need something to work with. That's it. Oh, and this isn't going to work anyway because I don't have... Well, that's annoying. I'm very annoyed at Heroku. I don't like using it, but it's convenient, so we take what we can get. I'm gonna move this one offline. I need to add some environment variables, and I don't want anyone to see them. Alright, so I need to go to Atlas. I think I have a database set up for this already. I hope I have a database set up. Would you look at that? It is right there. There's the test database. Allow access from anywhere. Did I make a user? It says I made a user, but I don't remember making a user. Oh, well, there it is. We're just going to generate a password real quick. Alright, so this is me config MongoDB admin password. Config MongoDB admin username. That is that. And then I need the URL. This is me config MongoDB URL. Sure. Alright, let's try that. See if Heroku likes me or not. No, no it doesn't. It couldn't find the file that it says it has. npm run start prod. Yep, I have that, I have that. Well, this is useless to me. Because it doesn't run build. How frustrating. Still provisioning the database. Oh, because I haven't connected to it recently. So, Nest... Why is Nest doing this? I think this might be an outdated guide. Josh Maroney always has some good stuff going on. Get that one right out of the way. Okay, I understand. So, pre-start is a build. When you post install, it runs that. Well, let's try it. Build started. Did it just fail? Sure did. Why can't it find Nest? It has to install... What the fuck? What the actual fuck? Okay, so I think I'm being lied to, which is the unfortunate thing here. Heroku says it installs dev dependencies, but that does not seem to be the case. Yeah, that's not the problem. Now this does TSC instead of Nest, which is the difference. I could just move the dependent. If I do like if I force it to deploy. Well, that could be a good thing to check. None of these things I have to worry about if I were deploying to my own server. And then I wonder at which point it would be more convenient to just spin up my own and deploy to that. Yeah, Nest not found. Maybe you should reinstall and get rid of the entire cache and try again. Okay, it's not failing. I see what it's doing. So then it runs pre-start, but because it pruned the dev dependencies, Nest is no longer there. Excellent. Excellent, cool, awesome, great, and wonderful. Maybe we get rid of this. See? This isn't right. Oh, but this one used TSC, so that one doesn't matter. TSC probably would have been fine. Hmm. So confusing. So I wanted to push, build, but not... Okay, so this was wrong. It was probably a little bit outdated. Build failed? How dare you? Fine. Okay, so that was that specific build failed. I guess I should probably lock it down to a node version 2. Not find. Oh my god, this is such a pain. I fucking hate Heroku. I hate Heroku so fucking much. This is just not worth it anymore. It should be dist. All I see is a dist main.js. This is the last thing that I'm gonna try. There's no SRC. I think this generator fucked up a little bit. Oh, I don't know what's wrong. But boy, is it unsatisfying. Let's see if it works this time. Honestly, my least favorite thing is deploying something. Nothing but problems. What now? Alright, if this doesn't work, I'm gonna call it for today. Because no idea. No idea what to do if it doesn't work. Well, it says it works. I guess I'm done either way, honestly. I don't want to mess with this anymore today. I figured English. You usually are lurking. Nothing wrong with that. Application error. What did I do to deserve this? Oh, now I can't connect to Mongo. Why isn't it using the environment variable? What is the fucking point of these environment variables if they don't fucking work? I don't understand why you would do this if it doesn't work. Like... Okay, so... Mongo URL. So is it gonna... Like... Why? Why? Okay. Let's just try changing the config URL to something else. What does it say it is? It's called Mongo _ URL. Maybe this will work. Who knows? Maybe it's Maybelline. Another lurker. He's just coming out of the woodwork. Okay. Well, let's see. Does it want to spit out an error? That is the kindest thing that I have seen today. Alright. That was truly and extremely painful. So I think I'm gonna call it for today. I'm gonna go watch some anime and play some games. Anything to not have to look at Heroku. I'll catch you guys later. It was a good time.